So we're
Yes.
going back to 2016. I was real bold in my faith around that time. I still am, just I was real naively bold in my faith, I'd say. And I just got back from ministering to my longtime friend Chase. Me and my little brother Cooper, we ministered to him, and he gave his life to Christ. So it was like a big moment. We're all happy and stuff. And then we're chilling one day, and we find out it's like 8 o'clock. Andy Meneil's is having like a concert. What time was the concert starting? It wasn't that late.
It was like 6 o'clock. It
6 o'clock.
wasn't
Okay.
late at all. It
So it was
was
daylight
it,
savings.
it was in downtown Sacramento at oh my god, why can't I think of the name of the place?
I never can remember it.
Harlow's nightclub.
Harlow's nightclub. So Andy Meneil's performing there. I think it was like 4 in at my city. I live an hour away from Sacramento, and so I was like, man, I really want to go. He's like my favorite artist. So me and Chase finally decided to go. We wanted to bring Chase because Chase had just gave his life to Christ, and we wanted to show him like, yo, look, there's some dope Christian hip hop that you would really like, yada yada yada. So we get there, we into the crowd, and we start listening to Andy, and then you walked up from behind me, and I don't even know why you're just like the random hype man of the concert. Like you walked up, and you're like, hey, you guys ready to get hype? Like, and I was like, does he work here? Like, what's going on? Yeah. Why were you doing that? I never got to ask you.
Two reasons. That's always been me at concerts. I'm like just wild. And two, the homies were playing.
Oh, that's right, huh?
DJ Justified, Justin, was spinning. He opened up, and then it went to Brandon
DJ
P.
Justified is the Miles Minnick of DJs right now in Sacramento. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. At the same time, he's been doing it since he was 12 years old. I remember him spinning.
Jeez. That's crazy.
I can remember him spinning a long time ago. And there were a lot of opportunities where I had to DJ and I didn't want to do certain events, and I was just like, bro, take this. Like I don't have time to do this right now. I was getting so busy with other stuff. And I shot him.
Yeah, that's dope.
I shot him a few shows that I used to work with House of Slap a lot, which was a lot of DJs. DJ Anointed owned House of Slap, and there was maybe a collective of like 8 or 9 different DJs that were in House of Slap. I wasn't officially in it, but DJ Anointed would hit me up and be like, "Hey, I can't do this concert. So and so is coming into town. It's my daughter's birthday. Blah 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 blah." By the way, randomly, I went to school with his daughter, Jay Raya. Anyway, but. And then I ended up feeling like I can't do this either. So here you go. And I shot him a few concerts, but he was already doing his own thing at like his high school. He was doing big things at Bradshaw Christian. Like he was doing some cool things back then.
Shout out DJ Justified.
Yeah, he's a beast.
And then, okay, so you said you also knew Brandon P. Anybody else?
Honestly, just those two. The homies were playing, and I saw that they were going to be performing, and I wanted to be there to show out.
Yeah, definitely. I would have too. I know them now. Well, I know Brandon through you, but I met Justin like not too long ago in 2019. Right. But yeah, so you were there, and you're like, "You guys ready to get hype?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so then we're in the concert, and that concert was honestly fire. Like, do you remember it? Like,
I remember Andy jumping off stage
in the crowd,
grabbing me by my neck and jumping with me, and I was like, "All right, yeah." It was me and Andy Mineo, and we had like our arms around each other. I was like, "Okay."
He's like, "We're friends."
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? A fun fact about this story: my friend Zach, he goes by, what's his rap name? ZDRX. So my friend Zach, he goes by ZDRX, was actually in the crowd that night. He was literally like 2 people in front of me, and like years later now, we're both rappers, we're both friends.
He was there?
He was there, dude. I'll show you the video because we were talking about the same concert. I was telling him that literally what I want to talk about now, the testimony of how I met you. And he was like, dude, was it at whatever you said the club's name was? And I was like, yeah, it was at a club. Like, oh, dude, I was there. And I'm like, bet. And so we both pulled out our Snapchats and started looking at like our positioning in the area. And I literally have him on my phone. Like he's right in front of me when I'm filming Andy. And I was like, that's crazy, dude. Like you never know who's in the crowd or who you're going to meet.
His name's Zach. His real name's Zach, right?
Real name's Zach, yeah.
I'm gonna call him Zach because I could never say that name.
I know. It's Zach Claiborne. I was so happy when I finally got his name when he sent me his phone number. And I was like, great.
I would totally go by Zach Claiborne. That's such a dope name.
Fire. Eventually, I bet you he will. You know how
Or just Clay. I would go by Clay or something,
Yeah, Clay. That's sick. But yeah. long story short, at the end of the concert, I felt God. I never told you this next part of the story that I'm about to tell you,
Mm-mm,
but
tell me.
I felt God telling me like, um, that person over there is somebody that is super important to the mission, the to go and glorify God, and everything that I want to do, glorify the kingdom through my music. He's like that person is like in a special way directly linked to things you're going to do in the future, and this person works in music. You guys have to work together.